Can Ryan Garcia continue his rapid ascent? Campbell.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special, and there's no hype.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Marcos Villegas, being joined via Zoom with David Benavidez, who is in Big Bear, California right now. Had a long day of training. David, welcome back over here to Fight Hub TV. I really appreciate it, man. Congratulations. I know you just had your first baby. How have you been since the time off, and how are you enjoying this time so far?
I've been very good. Unfortunately, as everybody knows, I lost my time to the scales, so we were dealing with that, but we had a great victory, overall. We made a good fighter look, like he was nothing. So that was the first victory. I got back to Seattle, my son was born. That was the second victory. And, I'm just, having that transition of being a dad, it's just, this is all new to me, so. I was, spending some time out there with my son, enjoying every moment before I left the training camp. Unfortunately, I can't be there with my son for Christmas and all, his first Christmas all. But this is a type of stuff you have to sacrifice. You want to be a great champion, or you want to be a great fighter. So that's what we're going through right now. We're having a good time. I love training every day. As you can see, I'm here with my father. I'm with my father every day. And we're doing what we love. So it's not even work, this is something we love to do, and we're having a good time.
Man, I got to imagine that's a hard thing, man, to not be able to spend Christmas with your newborn, man. You just had him. That's a big sacrifice there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a lot of my promoters, my promoter and my father, we came up with this. I know it's hard to do it, but, since, things didn't look too good in my last fight, I lost the title. So, I did it, it was my own fault, so I'm not going to blame nobody else. And if this is what needs to be done, this is what's going to happen, I think I'm going to fight maybe sometime in March. So, so this is more than enough time for me to get down to that way and everything to be good again. I'm very, focused. I'm dedicated right now. And, I got to fight for my family now. My little boy, he's even motivated me even more. So, I can't wait to get back in there in the ring and, just have an amazing performance. I haven't been in Big Bear in 5 years. And every time I've had a fight, or every time I had camps in Big Bears, in Big Bear, my fights would come out amazing, So I'm looking to have the same result this time.
When you look back at why you didn't make the weight, what was like the biggest contributing factor you feel, in your opinion?
The biggest contributing factor is just that the pandemic, everything was different. LA Fitness is closed, sauna's closed. I usually sauna every day. All that stuff was closed. I wasn't able to get to it. But the thing that, I felt like it was that I wasn't prepared for is when we went to the fight, the week of the fight, the bubble was way different. I wasn't, sometimes if you lose weight, how to lose weight, you have to, drink, sometimes you have to change to distilled water, get gallons of water. I wasn't able to get that. As soon as we got there, we had a quarantine for like 2 days, just staying in the room the whole time. I have no access to no gym, no sauna, no hot bathtub. There was none in my room either. And when they did finally let us go to the gym, it was the gym downstairs, and there was only a treadmill and an elliptical. You know what I mean? So no sauna, no nothing, and it was only for an hour a day. So, it was just things that I didn't have access to that I usually have access to that allows me to get down to that weight. I'm a bigger guy, so I have to, push myself, to get to that weight. So I just didn't have the things I usually have, like sauna, steam room, or a boxing gym where I have all these other things to do, and I could train for at least 2-3 hours. I didn't have that. But I made the mistake myself. I didn't make the weight. I don't put the blame on anybody else but myself. I lost the title. I paid the cost. I paid the fines. And, it is what it is. But, I'm not even too worried about that, because I train harder than any. I know I'm the hardest working boxer in boxing, as one of the top hardworking guys. So I know I'll get the opportunity back again. It's just, I'm here to stay. I'm barely 24 years old. I'm not going nowhere. So, we'll get it back again.
I know because of what happened, a lot of people have questioned your discipline. So it's not a discipline thing then.
I don't care about what people say. I mean, at the end of the day, people don't train. They don't run my miles for me. They don't do the rounds in sparring. I do. I do 15 rounds, 4 different sparring partners. I train my ass off in the gym. So, it's just people. If it was a thing of discipline, I wouldn't have won 10 rounds throwing as much punches as I did. Landing 50% of my shots. I barely even got hit. If I didn't have no discipline, I had no conditioning, no nothing, I wouldn't have looked like that. But people can say whatever they say. People have been saying stuff for a long time. I don't care about what anybody says. At the end of the day, I know how hard I work myself. My dad is here. He's a witness to how hard I work. And like I said, people say stuff. It does not bother me.
I must imagine, though, that it hurt to lose the title, right?
Oh, of course.
And to see, that Canelo ended up fighting for it.
Yeah. But, the thing that I have to say about that is when I had the title, Canelo never mentioned me. There was never even talks about me fighting with Canelo, but everybody in super middleweight, all the champions in super middleweight, they got the call, they got some form of communication with him. I never got nothing at all. So, it's just, there's a reason why I wasn't mentioned in that. It's because I'm a big threat, and everybody knows that. But, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna come back either way. It does not matter. I'm 24. I just turned 24 years old. If they don't get me now, they're making a big mistake if they get me in the future, because I'm feeling extremely strong now. I feel like I'm coming into my, my prime years. Not prime years yet, but getting close to it. My man strength is coming in. I feel like I hit way harder now, and it's just the dedication and everything I have right now that motivates me is my son, obviously. All the people that support me. So if they're gonna be in trouble if they get me later in the future. That's why I'm not even worried. But I still have at least 10 years in this game, so I'm gonna be ready for the next opportunity.
So you'll still be campaigning then at 168. You're not going to move up to 175?
If I move up to 175, it's because, it makes sense. As I see it right now, I only fight 2-3 times a year. So, it's just only 7 pounds. I'm going to try to keep making 168 until I can no more. And, I feel like with a good diet, the right diet, the right workouts, everything, I can make 168. But if there's an opportunity that comes at 175, I'm definitely going to take the opportunity at 175. Right now, I feel like, I want to make the biggest fights happen for me possible. I want the biggest names. I've been professional almost 9 years now. I feel like, it's time for some excitement. I want to fight the big guys. I want to fight the big names. And I don't want to just prove to everybody else, but I want to prove to myself that I am the best and that I do belong here. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Speaking of that Canelo fight, he fought a guy that's a lot bigger than him. Did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you make of how Canelo performed?
He was good. He performed really good. He did exactly what he had to do. But I don't know what Callum's game plan was. He just looked tired by the third round. He looked weak. He had an 8-inch reach advantage, and he let Canelo fight inside of him the whole night, which makes no sense. But, that's not for me to worry about. That's for his team to worry about, But Canelo looked good, like how he always does. Hats off to him. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, I was surprised that the smaller guy in Canelo was able to push Callum back, because I would imagine, just like you said, and even if you were to fight Canelo, you don't want the smaller guy, especially when you have a height advantage and a reach advantage, to push you back. You push that guy back because you're bigger than him.
And then the thing about that, you get your respect. So this dude, and Canelo didn't really have no respect for his punching power. And the reason I think that is because Callum Smith, I feel like his training camp, it wasn't enough time. So he just wanted to make it to the 12th round. That's what it looked like to me, because he wasn't trying to get no respect early in the fight. I didn't see no big shots from him at all. Canelo basically did exactly what he wanted. Anything he wanted to do, he did it. And I don't know why. That this game plan. I don't know if they had a game plan or not, or their game plan was just to make it to the 12th round. But I expected a lot more, especially from a champion like Callum Smith. Which I thought, besides myself, is probably one of the other best champions in the division. So, yeah, it was a great It was a great fight on Canelo's end, but not on Callum Smith's.
Canelo, after the fight, said that he wants to unify at 168 pounds. He wants all the champions, and he wants big fights. You got to imagine, and I know people have said it, that you and Canelo is a huge fight. It's a big fight, and you got to know, you keep winning, you get a belt again. And I don't even think you need a belt for a Canelo fight, to be honest. If you just keep winning, your path and his path is eventually going to come.
Yeah, I feel like, my type of fighting style and the type of excitement I bring in my fights, that it's the people are going to want it. They're going to keep asking for it. They're going to keep asking for it. And eventually it's going to have to happen. But I understand that it was my fault that that I don't have the title. Canelo's looking to unify titles. So, I have to go to the back of the line, and I'm completely fine with that, and whoever I need to get past to get to that spot, or to get to whatever to any other champion. I'm willing to fight whoever. I really don't care. My career right now is, I just want to be the best, and I want to show everybody I'm the best, and whoever they want me to fight, whoever they want me to beat, it doesn't really matter to me. Everybody is a target right now, and my job is just to prepare very well, train as hard as I can, and go out there and win the fights.
Yeah, because they mentioned what would be immediately next for him, and he said possibly two people.
Ildrum.
Yeah, well, Ildrum's a mandatory.
I seen that they made that a mandatory, but honestly, I don't think he's gonna take the mandatory. Or he might. I don't know. But
I'm like, you were supposed to fight Ildrum.
Yeah, right? But I don't know. He kept having problems. I was supposed to fight him a couple times, and 3 times it didn't end up happening. But I don't know. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just I don't think he'll take that fight with Ildrum. But he said that his plan was to unify. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna go for Billy Joe or Caleb Plant. I don't know, but yeah, he's probably gonna unify instead of fighting Ildrum.
What do you think about those two? Because I know there was a lot of talk of maybe Caleb potentially getting the fight with Canelo before this fight was announced. They said that they just couldn't come to an agreement. But what do you make of Canelo facing those two?
I think the hardest fight for Canelo is Billy Joe Saunders, because Billy Joe Saunders has more experience. He's fought a lot tougher guys. The guys that Caleb Plant has fought, they're really nothing. Besides Uskateki, that was a good victory. I'll give it to him. But after that, it was Mike Lee, who's he wasn't really too high up there. Who else? Feigen Boots. I never even heard of that guy before I even fought him. And then this time, it's just very weird. It doesn't make sense to me that he's fighting a person that didn't even make it to the title eliminator fight. Because when his fight with Perangula was the title eliminator for the IBF, and he passed out. He didn't make it to that fight, because of dehydration. So I don't understand why wouldn't they give the former WBC world champion David Benavidez that fight? That's a fight that everybody wants to watch. Isn't that a better fight than Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truax? Isn't David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant a better fight than Caleb versus Truax? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I feel like, I don't put the blame on anybody else. I feel like it's my own fault because I lost my title. So I go back to the back of the line, and, whoever I got to get through, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't have no problem fighting whoever. I mean, I'll fight whoever. I don't care.
Man, you're taking it, I guess, in stride, because I know other people would be angry, frustrated. They'd be like, man, that's bull crap. This is a crappy situation. What the hell? But you're taking it very, very well.
Listen, man, I'm not, it's because I'm not here for 2 more years. I got at least 10 years here. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm not going nowhere. And I'm only getting better. I'm getting more experience. I'm fighting better guys. I know, I know exactly what to do in the ring. I know how to break a person down. I know how to fight them. I know how to keep them at distance. And I know how to stop these people. So I feel like, I'm coming into my prime years. By next year, it doesn't matter to me if it takes 1 or 2 years, for me to get up there. I'm looking to clean out everybody. I'm looking to clean out the division. And, you guys definitely see it that I have everything, all the tools needed to do that. And it's just for me to push myself and motivate myself to beat all these guys. And that's exactly what I want to do. I've already told everybody it's not even about the money for me. For me, it's about beating in history. and I want to be the best fighter of my generation when I'm done, and that's my main goal, my main focus.
So what happens first, in your opinion? Do you think you in a fight with Canelo or you in a fight with Caleb Plant?
To be honest, I don't know, man. I would want to get a fight with Caleb Plant first, just to get that out of the way. You know, I mean, I feel like the time has passed. You know, we've been talking shit to each other. You know, it's been enough. Which has been hyping it up for like 3 years. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's time, and I might get that fight soon. You know, so we'll see. I'd rather go through everybody else to get to the top, dog. You know, I don't want to go to the first, you know, the top, and then, you know, but if I get it, you know, then of course I'll fight it. But my plan, what I want to do is I want to beat everybody in my promotion first before we move on, and that's the person that's there is Caleb Plant, and that's the fight I want the most, to be honest.
Have they given you any indication that that fight's going to happen this next year, or is it kind of more of a thing like, well, we got to wait for the crowds to be allowed back? So, you know,
I feel like that's probably why things are slowed down now, because, you know, that's probably would be one of the biggest fights. You know what I mean?
Take it
in
to
our
Texas.
company.
There you go. That's the solution.
Yeah.
Take it to Texas.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like they're just trying to wait, see how everything plays out. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a company. You know, they want to get the most out of their money. You know what I mean? So this is a big fight. And they're smart people. You know, Al Heyman, Samson, Lukowitz, and Luis de Cubas, you know, they know what they're doing. So, I mean, I just got to stay ready. I just got to continue preparing and working hard.
If this whole pandemic thing didn't happen, you would have already had that fight scheduled. Was that the
I think I would have. I think I would have fought Ildrum. I was supposed to fight him last year or this year in February, early February, and that's before everything hit. You know, so I think that was gonna happen already. It was gonna be, I was gonna fight the mandatory and then Caleb. You know, so it's very unfortunate that this happened. All this stuff, it just slowed everything down. You know, but like I said, I'm not going nowhere. I just turned 24, so, you know, we still got some time left. I mean, I'm not stressing about nothing. As long as I keep working hard, I get more experience in the gym. I'm learning more every day. So the more time they give me, the more in danger they're going to be.
In terms of you and Canelo, you know, I've spoken to a lot of people about this, and they've all said that if there's one person at 168 pounds that can beat Canelo, it's you. You know, I spoke to Abel. Abel told me that. Spoke to Boom Boom Mancini. He told me you. I spoke to Joel Diaz. He said you. You know, a lot of trainers feel that you have what it takes to be able to give someone like Canelo problems. And
it's because the reason why these people are saying that, these people have years and years and years of experience, and they know what they see, is because, you know, I have the tools. You know, I'm not like I'm not a Caleb Plant. I'm not a Callum Smith. Caleb Plant, you know, he doesn't have no power. Callum Smith, he only has one gear. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a good jab. You know, I'm a vicious body puncher. I got an amazing jab, very strong jab. I hit hard, you know, and my ring IQ is good. You know, I know exactly what I'm doing in there. And I'm not scared of Canelo. You know, these past guys have been fighting, look like they're scared of Canelo. I know that if I beat Canelo, my life changes. And everything I've ever wanted, I get it right there. So that's just knowing that I only have to get through one guy for my life to change drastically. You know, there's no other freaking, you know, that's the freaking icing on the cake right there. You know what I mean? I got my own family. You know, I got my people that support me, and I'm extremely motivated. You know, all I need is opportunity, and that training camp will be the hardest I will ever train in my life. Not the hardest I'll ever train in my life, but up to this date, you know, there's going to be a lot of motivation to it, because I know that, you know, if I beat, it's not even my life changes, but I'm going to be in history forever. I'll be in history forever as the one person who beat Canelo, besides Mayweather, besides the great Mayweather. So that's all the motivation I need, you know, to get me to that place mentally and physically. And that's the only thing I need. But like I said, I just turned 24. You know, if they don't get me now, it's a mistake for them. If they give me more time, they give me more, I get more experience, I get stronger. You know, it's gonna be and it's gonna be a great fight, man. I'm not saying I'm gonna go in there wipe Canelo out. Oh, he's trash. I'm not. Canelo's an amazing fighter. He's probably one of the best Mexican fighters in the history of Mexico. Top 5 at least. So for me, just to say I have an opportunity to get in the ring and fight with Canelo, And if I train hard enough to beat Canelo, man, I just get motivated just talking about. I'm about to go to the fucking gym right now, go hit the bag. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's just crazy, you know. But this is everything I wanted, you know. So we're gonna train extremely hard, and you know, it'd be cool if I beat Canelo. I could tell my son, like, oh, I'm the only other person besides Mayweather to beat Canelo, you know. So that I'm very motivated for that.
How does someone beat this 2020 version of Canelo?
Well, for one, you can't be scared. You got to be constant. You know, I feel like some people are Canelo will make a miss a couple times and then they'll get scared or they don't want to throw back. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I mean, everybody teaches their own, you know, to each, you know, people have their own motivation in their head. But, you know, I feel like this is everything for me. If I get them in the ring, we're definitely going to be working on so much stuff. You know, I work on a lot of stuff already that other people don't work on. You know, I mean, my body shots are when I throw my right hooks from a distance and I get back out. You know, who else does that? With hard body shots, my jabs, left hooks to bodies, uppercuts. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I could do. You know, obviously I got to keep watching tape on Canelo, but you just got to evolve and you got to keep thinking. You can't throw the same shit over and over again, and you can't throw slow. You know what I mean? It has to be a very good game plan, but I feel like we could put together something. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, I'm taller, I'm younger. This is my weight. I'm stronger than Canelo. This is my weight. You know, I feel like I'm way stronger than Canelo. So, I mean, there's just self-belief, man. Just self-belief. Just believe in yourself. You know, so if you put your mind to it, you believe in yourself and you train hard, you know, you could conquer anything. You know, Canelo's been beat already, but by a great. But he could be beat again. You know, it's just up to the person. It's just I'm not gonna take no for an answer.
Man, I'm trying to play like this fight like style wise, and I'm like, man, like that's just a great fight because I could see.
But look at this. This is the thing about this too. Canelo, I'm not gonna fucking run from Canelo. And Canelo's been coming forward lately. You know, he has good head movement. He has all that, but I'm gonna be in there constantly working. I'm going to be up here in Big Bear, too, if I get that fight. I go 15 rounds of sparring. I do not get tired. I don't get tired. You know, and if I'm training up here in Big Bear, I guarantee you I will go 12 rounds without getting tired, throwing. You know, it will be a great fight, man. It will be an amazing fight. You know, Canelo doesn't back up. I'm not going to back up from him either. You know, I'm not scared of him. You know, it'll be an amazing fight. That's all I can say, man. It'll be an amazing fight, but I will come out on top.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking off the top of my head. I think a big advantage for you is probably going to be your volume and your pressure, because we've seen it in fights in the past. Canelo does tend to slow down a little bit in the middle rounds, and I'm thinking, okay, if he has a bigger guy that's active and just keeps going at him and forces him to move and cut the ring off, I'm like, oh, okay. Things get interesting there.
But it's like this too. Like the dudes that fight him, they let him. They're only throwing one shot. You can't just keep throwing one shot with Canelo. He sees it from a mile away. You got to throw at least 3-4 shots. Okay, if 3 miss, the last one hits, then I'm good with that. You know, maybe the last ones will be the one to hurt him. But I don't know, the people that fight him, they don't really have that mentality. You know what I mean? I don't understand. But maybe I think it was what messed up Callum Smith is that he had 4 weeks to get ready. You know what I mean? Everybody can say, oh, Canelo had 4 weeks to get ready. But that dude knew he was going to fight by the end of the year. You know, you're a fucking idiot if you think that he wasn't training by October or November. He had more than 4 weeks. You know, and Callum Smith did not even – he didn't have 4 weeks. He had 3 weeks in the gym, and the last week was in Texas, losing the rest of the weight. That's, you know, 3 weeks for the biggest fight of your life. That's honestly a little bit disrespectful, you know, that his promotion would do that to him, because Eddie Hearn had him before he had Canelo. And that was his guy. When he won the Super 6 tournament, how happy was Eddie Hearn was. And then now he just throws him for, 4-week training camp. Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, I kind of see that a little messed up. But, I mean, it's business. It is what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, like you said, it's business. How is he going to pass up a payday like that, you know? Like
exactly.
That's the biggest – when is he going to – say he didn't take the fight. When is he going to get a chance to fight Canelo?
Exactly. Like, that's why I think he took it, too, because I feel like
tell him to kick rocks.
If you turn it down, then there would be no more opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. We all have our families. We all got our people we got to take care of. You know, he did what he got to do.
Yeah, and you know that's a like once in a lifetime experience to be able to go through something like that too. You know, he's gonna grow from this. Hopefully, his arm doesn't come off like all like messed up? Because I heard he like ripped his bicep or something like that.
Oh no, I mean, Golovkin used to do the same shit to me in sparring.
Oh,
I know, like,
really?
that shit fucking hurts. Yeah, but it's like what do you expect? I mean, a good thing he didn't get hit in the head. A good thing his jaw wasn't broken. I mean, I'd rather a messed up arm than a broken jaw. You know, but yeah, but what do you expect was gonna happen? You know, I mean, he was just there. He was letting Canelo do whatever he wanted to him. So
I thought he
yeah,
was gonna establish himself, and I
I
thought
thought he
like,
was too.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, he's taller. He has to double up on the jab. He jab to the face, jab to the body, and just like keep kind of Canelo at bay for like a little bit. But none
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, he did. He was throwing some good jabs, maybe for the first 2 minutes of the fight. But it's just like it's unreal to me that you have an 8-inch reach advantage over an opponent and you don't use it at all. You know, it's just like he has the tool. He didn't use any of his tools, so it was basically like he was fighting. He might as well have been his height was his arms. You know, he didn't use nothing. He didn't use the height. He didn't use anything.
Yeah, and I had actually no, Canelo told me that he was preparing for this fight with a heavyweight with Frank Sanchez, which I thought was crazy. One like sparring.
Yeah,
with
he was also preparing with my friend Diego Pacheco.
Diego Pacheco, yeah,
So
for like
I
a week
think
and a half, right?
That's why too he had the perfect sparring partner. He had the
Yeah.
perfect sparring partner. Diego, I sparred with Diego too. He's a great fighter too. Honestly, just from seeing the sparring me and Pacheco had, he looks better than Callum Smith did in that fight. And he probably got Canelo. You know, Canelo got the feel. You know, for fighting a taller fighter, how to get inside. So that was perfect sparring for him.
Very rarely do you see a fighter target like an arm because they throw a good hook and
Yeah.
go through with it. Canelo did it in this fight. You said the only other person that's done that to you, you said, is Golovkin.
It's Golovkin and sparring, yeah. And I picked that trick up myself too. You know, sometimes it's a fight. You know, you don't even got to hit the head sometimes. You hit the shoulders, you hit everything. You hit the freaking anything that you could hit to put damage on the fighter. And as you can see, man, that's probably why he wasn't throwing either, because his arm was all fucked up. He couldn't do shit, you know. So Canelo's smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, he's a high level fighter. And congrats to him again. You know, he deserves all the glory.
No, yeah, that tells you that he is very disciplined, because usually, we hear that all the time. Like, oh, how do you, go up against like a defensive guy, and they always tell you, hit him in the shoulders, hit him in the arms,
Yeah.
make it so they drop their guard. But like by like round 4 or 5, like those guys that are attempting to do that, they just lose focus and they start trying to headhunt. Like you never see a guy actually go through with that throughout a whole fight.
Well, the reason why he was doing that too, because he wasn't really having too much success getting the shot through to the head. So what does he do? The next best thing is to hit the arms to make the hand come down. You know, because there was a couple times he tried to throw a right hook and he couldn't get it in. So, I mean, but he's a smart fighter for picking that up and making that adjustment to hit the arm.
No, yeah, definitely, man. He gets a lot of hate though, man, which surprises me. A lot of people say,
everybody gets hate now, bro. All this Instagram, all this shit, everybody gets hate. You know what I mean? Even I get hate, but it's all stupid, man. At the end of the day, we're all just boxers. Let us just box, man. Everybody just be talking too much shit, you know. But that's how it is, man. That's how it is in boxing. They love you and they hate you at the same time.
It pisses me off, to be honest, because I know a lot of you guys, and I seen like the sacrifices you guys do, and then like I've just seen a lot of you guys after your fights, and I see like how some people like it's always gonna stick with me the rest of my life. Like I remember I saw Tim Bradley after his Ruslan Provodnikov fight, and he was literally shaking like this, and his jaw shattering, clattering, and then they take him to the ambulance, and I was just like, oh my god, like this is what they talk about when they say every fight takes a piece of a boxer.
Yeah, people don't understand anything can happen in the ring. We put our lives on the line literally every time we go out there, you know. So it's just like very disrespectful if people are saying anything, but that's how it's always gonna be, you know. People just talk shit. I mean, I don't let it get to me. I've been since I was a little kid. Everybody's saying the same shit, so I mean, I really don't care.
And you had it worse because you were a bigger kid.
Yeah, because I was fat. Yeah. So now, like, when people call me fat, now, I mean, I really don't care.
You're like,
what is it?
He's like, I used to be really fat, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with this win, man, I know it's a hot topic. I know, it's very subjective, but do you think Canelo's pound for pound with this win?
Yeah, definitely. He's a great fighter. I take nothing from him. And then, I feel like people they think I'm talking shit about Canelo. I never talk shit about Canelo. I always give him his respect, but what do you want me to do? He's in my weight division. Am I just he's the best, I don't never want to fight him? Like, what the fuck? Like, of course I want the opportunity too. Like, people are stupid. Like, I don't understand. Like, do you guys want me? Okay, if I ducked fighters, I would be a pussy, not duck fighters. But now since I call people out, I'm fucking piece of shit. I'm hating on everybody. Like, it makes no sense. But it's just funny, you know.
That's how you get fights, man. That's how you get fights. You got to call people out. And at the end of the day, you know, you're a competitor. You're a guy that wants to be challenged. And that's, you know, that's what, like, all right, here's the other thing. Like, it's a component where you got to almost like try to sell yourself to get these fights, you know? So you got to do a bit of like talking to drum up interest in a fight that you want.
You know, and that brings like more interest, you know, from crowd. You know, people want to say, oh, he's talking shit. But then they'll be like, oh, I'm going to pay for him, so I want to see him get beat up. At the end of the day, that brings you more revenue. You know what I mean? The more people that watch you, the more money you can negotiate with your company, fighters, all that. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, you know, I learned from my brother, too, when he fought Crawford. You know, everybody's talking shit, obviously, but he talked so much that, what was that? That was the highest viewed fight of the year. You know what I mean? Everybody was watching that fight. You know what I mean? So, that's the type of shit you got to do sometimes. I mean, it's cool to be humble sometimes, but then you got to have both sides to you. You know, you got to have both sides. You got to know. But sometimes I think people just get caught up in that little character that they build for themselves. Like your boy Caleb Plant. He builds a fucking character up in his head. He thinks he's a killer, but he has 11 knockouts. You know what I mean? It's just, you're not a fucking killer. You know what I mean? It's cool, you know, maybe be humble sometimes, but some people, they get it in their fucking head that they're killers and this and that, and they're really not. And it's because they get lost in their character.
I think that's what makes you and him, like, when it happens in the buildup, so great, because one, there's real animosity there between you guys, and two, like, you guys are going to talk your ish because you guys both believe in your skills, what you bring to the table, and it's going to be, the buildup's going to be great for that fight. Yeah,
and that's why, you know, we'll probably make a lot of money too. It's gonna be good. I mean, sometimes, like, I was watching the Hector Macho Camacho documentary, and the one we had with Vinny Paz, he's like, they were just saying, like,
they were talking all sorts of mess.
Yeah,
but that's what made it great, though. That's what made it good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you mentioned your brother. How's your brother, man?
He's doing good, man. He has his family. You know, we've been training right now. We just came out here to Big Bear, but he stayed in Seattle. You know, I mean, obviously, if he has no fights coming up, you know, he doesn't have to leave his daughter. You know, this is only for, like, if you have a fight, you know what I mean, this and that. But he's gonna come up here after Christmas and New Year's, and you know he's probably get back in there soon. Yeah.
Does he know, like, when?
No, we haven't talked. Maybe by like May or something. But yeah, maybe around there.
How's his leg doing?
He's doing good. I mean, it's never gonna be the same. He got shot through the knee, but it's as good as it's gonna get. You know, we're training hard with him. You know, and he's doing his rounds. You know, he's doing his little runs, his miles. So he's getting back up there.
Yeah, I always wonder, like, what could have happened in that Crawford fight if he had 100% leg.
Yeah,
because he was doing really good.
Yeah, it was a good fight. You know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, he's not old either. You know, he'll have another opportunity as well.
Yeah, I hope so, because he deserves it. Because I remember hearing stories about your brother.
Yeah.
When he was like 17, 18, man. Like, just stories, like, he's just wrecking, like, all these pros, you know?
Yeah.
So I really hope for that. Hey, David, so you're saying that you're returning, you think, hopefully in March?
Hopefully in March. That's what we're getting ready for. Yeah.
Okay. But nothing official in terms of an opponent yet, where it's going to be or anything like that?
No. We're in training camp right now. We should be ready by March, and that's what we're doing.
Do you know when in March? Early March? Late March?
Probably the first week of March.
First week of March.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, David, man, hey, thank you so much. Glad to chat with you and catch up with you. Congratulations once again on the little baby boy and starting a family, man. I know it's a happy feeling for you, and it's a big change, but it's a good change in your life.
Yeah, of course. And I thank you, appreciate you, man, giving me this interview and all the support you've been giving me over the years, and you know, all your fans. You know, I appreciate you guys listening to everything I got to say. And yeah, I hope everybody has happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's.
Same to you, my man. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, and I appreciate it. I look forward to your return.
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos
of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV. And give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.